Okay, so I've got the two pieces together, and I have these little clamps I get, but you don't need to use just these. You can use clothespin or any other kind of clamp that you get, as long as you hook them together. You can even use those spring clips. I use anything I can find. I'm a woman of opportunity, takes advantage of opportunities. So at this point, I usually let this dry, but for purpose of demonstration, I'm going to go on to the second part of this. I get my pattern here. The red areas are where I would saw, and I put my glue stick on the back and all over my fingers. Take this back off. I do this sometimes too when I'm doing production stuff. Just slap it all together in one package like that. Okay, so clip this back together again. I'm going to go with the sameness or symmetry that way. Alright, so that'll sit there, and I don't know, 15 minutes from now I can saw it. My pan's on apron, put glue away. Okay, now I've already prepped a piece so you didn't have to watch. So this piece has already been glued together. It's sterling. I've actually done a sample saw out on here. But your next step is going to be, see how you use the red colored pencil? Those are the areas I'm going to saw. I'm not sawing anything else, just these red areas. If I sawed this whole thing out, there would be nothing left for structural integrity. So when you choose your pattern, make sure that you choose a not too busy a pattern, because the metal, if you cut all this out, there's no metal holding anything together. You're going to have a hole. So choose, if you're going to use a pre-existing pattern, choose pieces that are not connected. You'll make a mess. I've already done it. You can try it. It might be fun. So we're going to go over here and just show you where you're going to drill on this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole in the pink red area that I've drawn. And I don't know if you know how to drill or not, but you hold the drill perpendicular. I rest my wrist here as a fulcrum, or I guess that's what that is. You science people can tell me if I'm wrong or not. And hold it straight. You don't want to wiggle your hand very much, just a little maybe. And this is a dull drill bit. I'm drilling through 2 layers though, remember, so it's going to take a little longer. So what you end up with, if you can see the back of this, I have drilled holes in all the areas that I'm going to pierce out. And that's where the saw blade is going to go in. Because if you didn't do this, the blade doesn't go in, right? So now we're going to go over and I'm going to show you how to saw out the little pink areas. Alright, since I'm sawing 2 layers of metal, I want to use a bigger blade. So I'm going to go with a 2/0 blade, which is right there. By the way, it helps when you're done using your blades to put them back in the right container so you don't have, like I have, blades all over the desk and you have no idea what size they are. Okay, this is a 2/0, and I've got to find my teeth, which are right there, and it turned out perfect. Load my saw blade in. I'm going to stand up for this one, kids. Alright, once again, check your sound. Boing! Oh, why did I do that? And never mind. What you have to do first is take your blade, you're hooked down at the bottom, and you need to put it through one of the holes that you've drilled in here and thread it through. Then tighten it down. Okay. So now we've got our pieces on the saw. I'm looking at my ugly legs. He said no. Okay, so now I'm going to bring it over here and we're going to saw it out. Now there's some sharp turns in here and also small patterns. So I'm going to put my magnifiers on. All right. Once again, good posture. Back straight, stomach in. Blade parallel to the floor. And I'm going to start following, go over to the edge of my line here, and I'm going to start following the line. Up and down. When I want to turn, now I've got a little sharp turn here. Now if I just turn this blade, it's going to snap. I have to turn it like this. I make the blade go fast and slowly with my left hand turn. And what I've done is I just cut this little roundy area where the blade can traverse and make a turn without snapping. I'll do another one in a minute. This is crappy sawing job too. Making the turn. Okay, now I've got a sharp turn. I'm at the point of the leaf. I'm going to go up and down fast and slowly turn. Now, honestly, you're just going to have to practice this. There's no other way to get good at it. You need to take some disposable metal and just saw, 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 saw. So, one trick I can tell you is if you ever get to a point where you feel like your saw is frozen and you can't get it out, I'm going to try to set that scenario up. If it gets pinched, there's a way to fix it. I'm hoping I can replicate that. Okay, here we go. So what you do is you pick it up and let the blade tell you where it's supposed to be, because sometimes it'll be twisted like this, and if you just let the blade find its center, you should be able to clean it up again, get it straight back on track. I know it sounds goofy, but as the more you saw, the more it'll happen to you. You'll get bound up, and you just let it find its center, and then start sawing again. I say weird stuff, huh, guys? Oh well, that's what happens when you get old and goofy. Round and round we go. So I'm going to finish this little thing here and stop, because there's nothing more boring than watching somebody saw. And then we got our little pattern guy there. So, and after, I'm going to put it in the top later because I didn't want to bore you, but afterwards, if I can get into these areas, I'll take a really fine files, these little mini guys, and go in here and try to clean up these edges by filing back and forth. Take out those saw marks. The smaller the blade you use too, the less glaring are the saw marks. So you might want to try using a smaller blade just to cut down on the number of marks. When you're done with sawing, unloosen your blade and hang it up like this, because according to the experts, this gives your blade longer life. It makes it less stressed. Okay, so that's how we saw. And if you have any questions, you can email me and I'll try to help you with them. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.